Hey guys, it's Cece, and today I'm going to be talking about books I think deserve adaptations. So this video is going to be finishing off my series of videos that I've done about various adaptations. I talked about my favorite, my least favorite, some adaptations I think are better than the book, and now some books that I think definitely need some adaptations that don't have one. As usual with these lists, I have 6 titles to share with you, and some of these I think should be movies, some of them I think should be shows, so I will tell you which deserve which. But anyway, I'm kind of sad that I'm drawing to the close of the series because I really enjoyed talking about adaptations in general, but yes, let's just get into it and talk about the 6 books I think most deserve movies or TV shows. And the first one that I'm going to talk about is The Merciless by Danielle Vega. This one almost seems like a cop-out to mention because it is frequently described as the combination of 2 movies. Most people, including myself, would describe this book as like The Craft meets Mean Girls, so it seems purposeful that this book is almost made to be a movie, but I can't ignore it. This would make a fantastic movie. I'm personally a huge fan of both The Craft and Mean Girls, so a combination version of that would be fantastic. This book had some really scary moments, not to mention the fact that it builds in suspense more and more and more as you're going on, and I feel it would keep you on the edge of your seat just as much as The Merciless does, and I think that was some really fun, great actresses, and they shouldn't be well known. That would be my opinion. I think you'd have to cast relatively unknown characters for most of the cast. I think they could do a really fun job, and I think that this would make a really great suspenseful movie. The next one that I'm going to talk about is the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy by Laini Taylor. I actually couldn't come to quite a decision about this one. I wasn't sure if I wanted to say it would be a better movie or if it would be a better TV show. I don't really know where I stand on it. I think it could make a good movie, but I think you'd have to do it extremely well for it to make a good movie. Mostly because I think that there's just so much going on in this story, and the world could be developed beautifully in a TV show. Like, if you wanted to slowly build the world of this and get to know both Prague as well as the world of the Chimera, that would just be it could be done, it could be done really, really well, but I don't know who would actually do it well. But overall, what I fell in love with when I was reading them was the world that it created and the lyrical, beautiful language, and I think that whatever was made, if it was based on this book, would have to have a very specific vibe because of the writing style and because of how lyrical and beautiful it is. It would have to be just a beautiful looking show. So yeah, overall, definitely I think that this could make a very good movie or TV show if given to the right people, which I think is something that I could say about all of these, honestly. The next one that I'm going to talk about is The Queen of the Tearling by Erika Johansen. I'll be honest, I had Graceling and The Queen of the Tearling on my list, and I had to get rid of one of them, and I just stared at them and thought about it really, really hard, and this was really, really difficult. And I said Queen of the Tearling just because I finally decided that's what I wanted more, because I love Graceling, but I think this could make an excellent TV show. This has been optioned for film rights, and it's been attached to Emma Watson, but I've heard absolutely nothing, and it's been like that for years, so it's starting to feel like it's kind of like a dead zone. I don't know if that's actually gonna happen. But overall, I think this would make a fantastic TV show because it is a fantasy book, and it is led by a woman, and it is so politically based, and I think that that would be amazing. I also think that there are enough elements of suspense that you'd be able to build it up episode to episode, and I think that Kelsey's such an incredible main character. I would love to see a lead female character like her take the helm of a fantasy television show. Because, there are a lot of ensemble casts and stuff, but she is the lead, and I would love to see that on television. Besides the fact that she's such a smart character, and she evolves so dramatically just between the first 2 books. I mean, I haven't read the 3rd book yet, so. Coming in November. I'm gonna read it immediately, as soon as it comes out. But overall, I think this could make a fantastic TV show. I think I would give it to I always tend to say HBO, just because they have the most money, but I know Game of Thrones is already on there, so maybe they don't need 2 fantasy TV shows, but they have the most money. And I think that that could lead to the best version. The next one that I want to talk about is Everything Leads to You by LaCour, and I want this to be a movie so badly. Number one reason I want this to be a movie is, do you know how many ladies-loving ladies, movies there are? And not even just that, because a happy ladies loving ladies movie, like a rom-com almost ladies loving ladies movie. Right now, I've seen Imagine Me and You, which I think is like the best, and it's incredible, and it's an amazing rom-com about ladies loving ladies, and I guess I would say But I'm a Cheerleader is kind of a happier movie about ladies loving ladies, and then I'm curious because I have not seen Jenny's Wedding yet. But there are just not that many that are happy, and this would be so wonderful, and it would be a mystery too, which I love, but it would be a mystery, and it'd be happy lesbians, and that pleases me so deeply, and honestly, I would kill for a movie. I think a movie must happen. I demand it. Please, please movie people, please make this into a movie, because I think it'd be so cute. And I want it. I want to be able to see it. I want to be able to read it again, but I want to be able to see it too. The second to last one I'm going to talk about is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. And I want this to be a mini-series. Now, like I was saying earlier, my urge goes to give it to HBO, make it an HBO miniseries, but, you know, I can't ask HBO to make all the shows. So I suppose a couple of, like, second row people that I could maybe accept. I could see FX doing it. I could see AMC doing it. They both do miniseries that have fairly high production value, but yeah. Don't put it anywhere near ABC Family or Freeform or like whatever, or even Sci-Fi. No, I do not trust them at all with their budget. I don't trust them with The Night Circus. No. The story is completely beautiful. It is lyrical. It is incredible to read, and the atmosphere of this show would be amazing. I would like die before I even got halfway through the first episode, because I know I'd just be like absorbing the energy and the vibe of the show. Like, can you imagine what they would do with the colors? Like, I always picture it really muted, but you know, with the really bright reds, or even it's only muted at night when the circus is, I don't even know. It would be so beautiful, and it would be such a lovely story, and I would want unknowns to play Celia and Marco. I wouldn't have so many other requirements about the other cast, but I think that you should get, like, unknown actors to play those two characters, and what I want most in the world, aside from my number one, is The Night Circus. I think it could be absolutely incredible if it was a mini-series, and I think a movie would be nice, but I think you have way too much to fit in for a movie. And so a mini-series is what I would love. And the number one thing that I want to have an adaptation in this world is the Lumberjanes comics. How sick are you guys of me mentioning Lumberjanes? Like, it's not gonna affect how much I mention them. I will continue to recommend these comics until I lose my voice or something, but, like, I know I mention them a lot. I would love for Lumberjanes to be a movie or even a couple of movies. I think even if it was aimed at kids, it could make a great, like, kids movie that's accessible for adults because it normalizes diversity so much. 3 of the lead characters of, like, the 5 lead girls fit under the LGBT spectrum, and that would be amazing. It's sort of Girl Scouts-esque, but it's just so happy and girl positive and friendship positive, which I feel like I don't see enough. I feel like the fact that friendship is emphasized in these comics is not, there's just not enough of that in the world. Their whole thing is friendship to the max, and they have such a beautiful, like, communication, and they just build each other up, and it's so unapologetically positive. Stuff doesn't have to be dark if you're dealing with mystical forces. It can still be unbelievably positive. I don't need cynicism. I want positivity, and that is why this is beautiful, and why it would make an absolutely incredible movie that I would 100% see 8 billion times. Okay guys, there you go. That is my list of stuff that I think deserves adaptations. I had a couple of others on my list. Like I said, I had Graceling and then I took it off, and I also really like the idea of Gone as a TV series, but also not because all the characters are under 15, so it scares me. I love it if I could pretend some of the adaptations that already exist don't exist, and that they could just get like fresh new ones. That'd be great. Eragon would get a fresh adaptation. It would be really good, and it would stick to the book, and A Series of Unfortunate Events, the TV show, would stop scaring me with their terrible casting, and then I would be happy, and then we would all be okay. I got off track. Sorry. Let me know in comments what some books are that you've read that you think deserve a movie or a TV show. Let me know which you think it deserves, a movie or a TV show. But some of the stories that you think deserve adaptations. Thank you guys so much for watching and for sticking with me through the entirety of this series. I have another series that I started planning and I'm so excited for it, and you will see it in the coming month, and I'm very excited to start making those videos. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye!